For number 7, it says find the value of x to the nearest tenth. In the directions above that, it says use the trigonometric functions to solve. So this is when you're going to use this SOHCAHTOA. And so from the angle measurement, I'm given 30. This is my hypotenuse. This is adjacent. If I have AH, that's your cosine. So I would say cosine of 30 degrees equals adjacent x over hypotenuse of 34. So to solve this, it's like multiplying both sides by the denominator of 34. So one, I would make sure that my calculator is in degrees. Okay, so you would have to click mode. And as you can see right here, it's in degrees. Okay, then I would type in 34 times cosine of 30. And this gives me 29.44. It says to ground to the nearest tenth. So this 4 makes this 4 stay the same. So 29.4. And we don't have a measurement here, so we'll just keep it 29.4. And number 8, an engineer. As an engineer, you are responsible for securing all the cell phone towers installed in your territory. A new tower has been installed. You stand 135 feet from the base of the tower and measure the angle of elevation from the ground to the top of the tower to be 26 degrees. Find the length of the cable used to support the tower. So this is the key. You see this is labeled cable. This is your x. Also it says make sure that you round to the nearest tenth. So from the angle given, I have the adjacent. I have to find the hypotenuse. And so again, if I'm looking at the SOHCAHTOA, that's going to be cosine again, adjacent and hypotenuse. So I have cosine of my angle equals adjacent, which is 135, over x. Okay, then to solve, I multiply both sides by x. And I have x times cosine 26 equals 135. Think of this like in parentheses, times. But to get x by itself, I have to divide by cosine of 26. So I'm going to put the 135 divided by cosine 26. So here you can see I did 135 divided by cosine 26. I got 150.20. It does say round to the nearest tenth, so the 0 makes that stay 2. So 150.20, and then this is feet. So it would be 150.2 feet. Okay, number 9. A tree is 46 feet tall. It casts a shadow of 27 feet. To the nearest degree, what is the angle of elevation from the ground to the top of the tree? So from the angle that we're going to find, this is our opposite. This is our adjacent. And just in case you need SOHCAHTOA again, I would write it out. So I have opposite and adjacent, OA. Okay, so that would be TOA. So tangent from the angle, we don't know, equals opposite over adjacent, which is 27. So to get x, we do the inverse of tangent, and we put this fraction in. Okay, so now to do the inverse, you have to click this second button. Okay, it gives you a little arrow. And then we're doing tangent, and you can see it gives you that -1. And then we're going to put the fraction in. So 46 divided by 27, 59.58. Now, in this particular problem, it does ask us to round to the nearest degree. So the 5 makes the 9 go up. This makes 60. And that would be degrees, since you're finding the angle measurement. Okay, and number 10, a sonar operator on a ship detects a submarine at a distance of 620 meters and an angle of depression at 32 degrees. How deep is the submarine? So from the water's top there to where the submarine is, what is x? What is that distance? And then round to the nearest tenth. So from the angle, we have the hypotenuse, and we have the opposite. OH, that's sine. So I say sine of angle 32 equals opposite over hypotenuse of 620. So to get x by itself, I multiply both sides by 620. Okay, so if I work that out, I get 3.28.54. Rounding to the nearest tenth, the 4 makes the 5 stay the same. So 328.5 meters.